Hi, MBH Recap here. Today I am going to explain a Black Hat hacker movie. This is the story of the world's most dangerous hackers, who are looting the world for money, while there are some hackers who are trying to catch them. So the film scene opens, and we see a power plant in Hong Kong, where electricity is made. But then suddenly some people hack the system here. And the cooling machine here, which keeps the system cool, was also shut down. Due to this, the whole power plant gets hot. And due to the increasing heat, there is a big blast there. Due to this, the whole plant is destroyed. After this, we see the army captain, to whom the government officers were asking questions about this. Because this captain was the best student in computer science and information technology. So that's why everyone thinks that only he can solve this problem. After this, the captain starts explaining to everyone how they have hacked the system here. Those hackers have actually used software, Red, which is such a fast software, with which we can take control of anyone's system, and computer access. And they were able to do this, because the system there was not so modern. It was old. When the officers ask him if the hackers have hacked the system through Red, then can't we catch them through Red? On this, the captain says that we can definitely catch them. But for this, we need the code and the hard drive from the plant, which is actually a storage, in which all the data is stored. But for now, we can't go there. Because due to the destruction of the power plant, that place has become hot. And now we should wait for the place to cool down. And then he sends all the details to the FBI, so that they can also find out about it. The FBI sends him some codes, and he gets worried as he reads them. And he directly comes to his sister and tells her everything. And also that I need your help, because only then I will be able to solve all these problems. But she refuses that I am busy. Then he explains to her again that the FBI had sent some codes to me. And after reading them, I have come to know that those hackers are very dangerous. And their name is BlackHat, whose mind runs very fast. And if they are not stopped, then what will they do? No one knows. And for this work, I need a trustworthy computer expert. That is you for me. So support me. On this, she agrees this time. Then they come to know that those hackers have also made a mess in the city market. They have made the prices of things upside down. Then they go to the FBI, where they meet the FBI agent, who was looking at the whole problem. The captain tells her that I will find them, but for this, I need a man, whose name is Nicholas, who used to be a hacker once. Hearing his name, the FBI agent gets angry that you can't find Nicholas now. He is also in jail. You have no idea how many banks he robbed, how much money he earned. He did everything so cleanly that no one even knew. So I don't think he can help you. Then the captain says that when I was in MIT, then he and I wrote a book together, in which more work was his. And these hackers have also used those things. So if we want to reach those smart hackers, then we need a smarter person than them. Who is no one else, but Nicholas. Now the FBI agent understands this. So somehow she gets Nicholas out. Then they come to the system to find out about the hackers. There they know that the system that has been hacked, a lot of codes have been inserted into it. To understand this, the Red software has to be inserted into it. So Nicholas himself sits on the system and starts checking. He finds a file there. As soon as he opens it, he finds out that this is the Red software. Then he asks the worker there that you are not forgetting anything. I mean, by mistake, you left your device like this, but he didn't remember anything. Then he asks if there is any worker who has recently left his job here. Then he tells that yes, there is a man who has worked here for only a month. And he was the manager here. And when they find out that the manager had access here, the control here, then they start checking all the files here. They also find out the address of this manager's house. So they immediately reach there. His dead body is found in his house because he took too many drugs. Now Nicholas checks the computer of this manager. He finds out that he used to talk to a man, who is no one else, but the hacker who has spread destruction everywhere. And he also destroyed the power plant. He was going to meet this manager, but he died before that. Now Nicholas himself starts talking to that hacker, by being the manager, and says that I want to meet you. The decision is made between them, that they meet in a hotel in Charlotte. Now, they had to somehow reach those hackers. So they start tracing their location where they are. It turns out that they do not stay in one place, but their location keeps changing. In the meantime, an officer had also come here who come to know about everyone. He removes the timer that traces Nicholas from 1 hour to 1 day, so that if he is away from them, they can find him. There was also a trigger on his foot. Things were not coming forth in front of them, so they were still worried. So that's why they cling to the hook. After all, why did those hackers reverse the prices of things? Who can benefit from this? They get the details of all the people of that day, those who had earned the most money. They find out that there are 3 people in total who earned the most money that day, and even got it out. That too from the same account. So now these people were also after these 3. Now Nicholas and the captain's sister had reached the Chinese hotel where the hacker had asked them to come. But even after a long time, when no one comes, Nicholas goes inside to check. He checks the system there. It turns out that access to this system is controlled by someone else, who has been watching them for a long time. What have they come here to do? Then Nicholas begins to find out who it is. And then he finds out the code of that man's computer. He talks to him. That man asks Nicholas who you are. Then Nicholas tells him his name something else. On which the man was angry. Says that you are going to die soon. Seeing this, Nicholas immediately turns off the system. And the captain's sister, that is, he takes his friend and starts leaving from here. But some people had come here to kill them. About which Nicholas also found out. That's why they go from there after trapping them. After escaping, he calls the captain first. Tells that someone had deliberately killed that manager. His death was not due to taking drugs, but someone deliberately put a code in his system after killing him, so that we can talk to them. And to get us out of the way, they reach here. Hearing this, the captain says that now they have seen your face. So be careful. And now we have to reach them as soon as possible, because we have found out the location. But it is also possible that they are using some other software, which is telling the wrong location. Then one more thing. As far as 3 people who were discovered, they have taken out about $73 million. That's why his friend comes to Nicholas. We find out that now they have started liking each other. He tells Nicholas that we should go to Hong Kong, because those hackers had hacked the very first system there in the power plant. And now they leave for Hong Kong. They meet another person there, who tells them that we are using seawater to fix the system there, so that the place gets cold again. And I don't think you will get anything from there. Everything has been destroyed. Hearing this, Nicholas's friend says that this does not happen. If something happened to the system, then all the things, all the data would have gone into the memory. That is, in storage. And if we get that storage, then at least we will be able to know who hacked the system. Hearing this, the man says that the room is still very hot. It will take time to get cold. Then we will be able to go there. Now they find out that the officer and FBI agent are calling them, because they have found a hacker, who has some information. The hacker gives them information about the money, that no one has run yet after taking them. They're still in the account. Then Nicholas asks him that can you tell, how do the 3 of them talk to each other? The hacker says that they do not talk, just meet. The FBI agent asks Nicholas that you are also a hacker, and you have done this work before. So if you were in their place, what would you do? Nicholas tells that as soon as I could. Disappears with money. Because anything can happen with money. And with the help of money, I would also be caught. Here, now Nicholas begins to understand everything. He says that these 3 are not. In fact, there is also a head of them, who is telling them what to do. That is why the money is still in the account. Now these people start trading all their data. Where do they go? From which it is known that these 3 go to different places. And then 3 people meet at one place. But they do not know who these people are. And what is the place where these people meet each other? Then these people get the details of that place. They get a name, which was of a man named Ilyas, who always used to come here. Then these people get all the information about Ilyas. And the next day Nicholas reaches that location. He starts sending a message by hacking the signal here. But only then it is found that the hackers are very clever. Because they have already hacked all the signals here and closed them. So now these people send him a message through Bluetooth signals. And when the answer to their message comes, then Nicholas immediately shuts down his system. After which he comes and gives all this information to the FBI agent. That the hacker's message is here. Jason asks Nicholas, "Can you understand that message?" On which he answers yes. And says, "But it needs some time. Because these messages are very difficult." Then they get information that all that money has been sent to a casino, where gambling is played. From this, they understand that those people have known what we are doing, and what we're going to do next. So now these people start keeping an eye on Ilyas. But soon he gets the news of this. He runs away from here. These people follow him. A lot of bullets are fired between his people and Ilyas's people. Here Ilyas uses his mind. He leaves some money there, and runs away to a lonely city, because of which these people have to come back. Then Nicholas receives the captain's message, who was telling him that the power plant's heat has been reduced. So now we can go there. So now these people go there and reach the system. The storage had been removed from the system, whose entire data is removed by Nicholas. But it is known that all the data has been removed. It means that now this data is not going to be of any use to them. So because of this, he begins to think. He says to the agent that when you people had arrested me, then I had also ruined all my data, with the belief that you people will never be able to recover it. You will not be able to get it back by correcting the data again. But you did this, but how? On which he tells that France has made a software, which runs very fast with the help of a computer. Its access control is received for a while. During this, we recovered your data. Nicholas asks, how can I get access to that software now? The agent replies that you can't get it. But I will try. She immediately calls the French officer. But he refuses. So she tells Nicholas that nothing can be done now. Nicholas says that I can hack their system. So she guides him to think and see. If the French senior officer comes to know about this, then he will not spare you. But he does not care about this. He sits on the system and goes to his work. But he tells the rest of the people to run away from here. Because even if the French officer comes behind me, they should not know that you are also with me. Then all the people leave. But his friend does not go. She says that I will be with you. Nicholas now cleverly messages the French officer. He says that I am your supervisor. You had messaged the FBI. I got to know. So now you do this, change the password. Because our data can also be hacked. So the officer does this. He was changing the password while making the video. Nicholas could also see this all. He now knew that he was changing the new password. With the help of this, he had finally reached their software, with the help of which he was able to recover all the data of the power plant. Also, it is known that these hackers are too clever. They have used such a system which cannot be hacked. Also used the most expensive process to get the money, for which they paid a lot of money. For this reason, they were able to sell the money in the casino. And they did so much hacking. Soon the senior officer of France learns about this. And he spreads this rumor everywhere. That Nicholas has sold our technology, that is, the software to China. That's why he should be arrested immediately. And when the captain finds out about this, then he immediately sends a message to his sister. Tell Nicholas to run away from there as soon as possible. When the agent and officer reach there, then it is known that Nicholas has run away from here. Then they track his location to find out where he is. But his system was telling him the old location. Because Nicholas had changed his tracker. That is, which was removed from an hour to a day. Then we see Nicholas and his friends, and he tells him to go away from here. Because now our companionship is no less than a danger. Now we see the captain who is coming to meet them, while sitting in the car. But before that he leaves the car, Ilyas attacks him with a very big gun. In the same car, there is a very big explosion. And the poor captain dies. They now shoot Nicholas and his friends too, to kill them. But at the same time, the FBI agent, officer and their team had reached here, where now blind bullets are fired from both sides. But because that hacker, that is, alias's people were too much. That's why they shoot and kill both the agent and the officer. By then, Nicholas and his friends had also left from here. After that they reached Malaysia. Because a while ago they saw that the hackers were trying to hack Malaysia's power plant. And when people reach here, they come to know about a power plant and 5 mining companies. That is, those who made digging in the mine, here. Now Nicholas understands everything, that they had deliberately hacked the power plant in Hong Kong. Because they wanted to see if we can hack or not. And here too they are going to do the same. They will hack the system here, the power plant, and fill water in all the mining companies. After that, the situation here will deteriorate. All things will also start falling in price. And when everything will be cheaper, then they will use their $73 million here. And they will increase their money so much that no one would have thought. But we now have ruined all their plans. They also find out that all those hackers are in Indonesia. That's why now they had also reached there. And start finding out how to get into their system. For which an accident is made according to the plan. And as soon as everyone's attention goes that way, by giving a chance, Nicholas entered the control room. And now he had access to their system. Now all the information comes in front of him when he checks the system. It turns out that they have put their $73 million in a small bank here. That's why he also sends his friend to that bank. Wherever she goes, she tells that she has a meeting in a while. But my pen drive, which has a lot of data in it, is not opening. You can put it in your system and take out the data and give it to me. Agreeing to this, they put the pen drive in their system. And as soon as this happens, all the access to that bank goes to Nicholas. And the money that hacker Ilias hid here, that is $73 million. He steals it. Then he leaves a message and his number for Ilias. As soon as he sees this, Ilias calls him. Asks, "Tell me, what do you want? Why did you transfer the money to yourself?" On which Nicholas says that I know you also have a boss. You make me talk to him. Then when he makes him talk to his boss, then he also asks the same question to Nicholas, that what do you want? On which he says that when you will complete your work, then I want one part of it. And if you are willing to give one part, then I will return your money. On which the boss says that okay, but I want to meet you first. On which Nicholas agrees. He prepares to go. First of all, he wraps thick papers all over his body. Because he knew that anything could happen there. He also had some weapons with him. He then reaches the place where the hacker's boss had called him. As soon as he comes here, he has been attacked. But now as soon as the boss comes in front of him, he immediately attacks and kills him. After killing him, he also took revenge for his captain friend. As soon as he killed him, he left from here. But he was injured a lot. That's why his friend takes him away by giving him support. Anyway, the next day, both leave this country. They were very happy. Because now they have $73 million. And the police can't find them. So now they will spend a lot of money. But still, if there is no other problem, they take the money and run away from here. And with this, the story of the movie ends here.